Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us here at the Fashion Fix. We're thrilled to be with you today. I'm Nani, and the lovely lady sitting next to me, that is Marit. So Marit was telling me before the show some of the things that we can expect coming up in spring, and they're just, I'm going to let her, I can't even, it's so exciting.
Yeah, I was doing some research, and I'll tell you, there's some really weird, well, maybe weird's not the right word, but just different kinds of things coming out. Um, Everything from jewelry using rolls of toilet paper, to wearing things like snakeskin pencil skirts with a big oversized grungy sweatshirt. I mean, the fashions are just really all over the place this year.
It kind of takes recycling to a whole nother level, but I have to admit I like some snakeskin. Not sure about with the oversized sweatshirt, though. Not my thing. This has been such a busy week in the Second Life fashion community as far as charity goes. Fashion for Life is ending today. Several others are starting, and I know you yourself have been working on one of those charities. But I think that I want you to share with the audience a little bit of what really goes into the work that the designers are putting and doing behind the scenes to make these charities happen.
Well, actually, there's quite a bit of work to be done. First, from everything from renting a sim to setting up all the stores and booths and common areas to getting entertainment, to getting all the signage and so on. And us as designers is coming up with exclusive items that we put out just for those charities. And I'm involved in one that we have starting tomorrow, the Buddy Walk, which is for Down syndrome. And there's a great deal of work involved in them, but it it's a great way to give back. It truly is. It just feels good to do it. I mean, most of us said we don't do it for any other reason, just that it feels good.
Well, I think the sense of giving back and what can be done, whether, it's in here in virtual reality or not, really can't be ignored anymore when you look at the facts, the figures, the statistics of what people can do here. But something that you have to be really careful about is, designers giving too much. And this is a conversation that I've had with a lot of my guests, a lot of the designers, that when they give so much, they end up really kind of putting themselves out of business. So what would you recommend to them to be careful to not?
Well, I think that you have to pick and choose a few charities that are close to your heart, that mean something personally for you, and to be happy with that. To pick 2 or 3 things a year that you feel strongly about, and that's what you put your time and your energy and your heart into. Because you're right, you can spread yourself too thin. And when you do that, then you don't have enough energy for other things. It's great to do it. I mean, we can make a real difference in Second Life. We have made a real big difference. We've raised a lot of money for a lot of great charities in real life, and I believe we've made a difference, but there are enough designers in Second Life that we don't need to be involved in every single thing that comes along. And you also have to be careful of the scams, because we've had that problem as well, just like in real life.
It's so hard to tell when you want to believe in the good in everyone and believe that everything is genuine. However, we could probably talk about this for 3 shows, but we are about at our break, and our designers today are responsible for quite a few things. Alexandra and Khurt do a little bit of everything, dressing you head to toe, from some of the most amazing accessories, jewelry on the grid, the attention to detail, and I have to say some of the original and best corsets and even tattoos. So we're going to get with them right after these studio messages. Expect the exceptional. Studios. Welcome back, everyone. And here on the stage with us today is Khurt Vhargon and Alexandra Nichols, which would be Alexandra Nichols.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good to be here.
It's good to have you. I've chased you around for a while, Alex. I've had the pleasure of having Khurt before on the show, so it's nice to get to sit with you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started designing in Second Life?
I actually started in 2008. Before that, I was a brand manager for another designer here in SL, and it got to the stage where she looked at me and she said, you own jewellery from just about everybody on the grid and you're still never happy about what you can find, so why don't you bloody well make it yourself? So I started, and I started Dahlinks in January, at the end of January 2008, and it's still going today.
See, I know that I personally have stuff from Dahlinks from back a long time ago, but how is it that so many people still don't realize?
Well, for a lot of the time, I was working full time as well as doing Dahlinks jewelry here in World in real life, and one of the problems is when you live in a time zone where you're active in SL from like midnight to 6 a.m., you don't have the opportunities to market your business as well as you might be able to. And then after, it would have been about 2 years, I met up with Khurt and we started a business partnership, and I think I may have spread myself a little thin, but I love what I'm doing, so which is why I keep doing it.
Well, you know, you guys have the jewelry, you have the tattoos, you have the corsets, but how did you meet Khurt?
Okay.
Yes,
I
let's
actually
hear it.
rented a mall spot at a, let's just call it a club that Khurt worked at. And I got talking to him because he had some of his tattoos out, and they were very, very well done, and they were different because at the time, and this would have been 2008, 2009, sometime about there, I hadn't really seen tattoos around SL that used Latin as part of their designs, and I thought these were fantastic. So I got talking to him and I offered him a spot in Dahlinks to put his tattoos out to get some more exposure, and we just hit it off as friends and it worked on from there. But I will just refer to it as him working in a club.
In a club.
A club, yes.
I will let that slide. So
Yeah, we'll save that for another time.
we'll save that for
that's
another
probably
show.
that's probably for a different show. Yeah.
That is, yeah. Well, like I said, Alex, we have had Khurt, and it's good to sit with you. Now, what inspires you? What inspires your jewelry and your attention to detail and the designs?
One of the biggest things that inspired my jewelry from the beginning was a love of what I refer to as old Hollywood glamour. The idea that jewelry should be the sort of things that you give to someone you love, or you go out and you buy to reward yourself for working hard. And put on top of that, as I said, a love for the Hollywood glamour. Dahlinks is actually named because Simone, the lady I worked with, she and I used to fall into Zaza Gabor language. Darling, what are you up to? And the first time I was looking for a name for the business, I came up with Dahlinks because Sveti Dahlinks, everybody deserves diamonds. And that's been my inspiration. I take a lot of inspiration from real world. I look at some things that places like De Beers and Mikimoto and everybody else is doing, and I bring their stuff into here. Attention to detail, I've been a stickler for it all the time I've been in SL. The idea that somebody buys and puts on accessories and then doesn't fit them properly, or even worse, they don't fit properly, really annoys me. So I have a tendency to stand and hand set 250 prims on a necklace on my own avatar because I want it to fit.
Do you ever get tempted when you see someone wearing a piece of your jewelry to help them fit it properly? Just curious.
No. Unless they ask, I believe that everybody has the right to wear what they want, how they want. That doesn't mean I don't cringe. It's like,
Fair
oh my
enough.
God, that needs to be set properly. But, everybody's got the right to be their own avatar in SL.
That's very true in a place where you can be whatever you want. The unfortunate thing is just when you end up everyone looking all of the same. Now, the guys have some of your male jewelry out in the audience, Docs and Rex.
I will say now, I find making male jewelry to be hard, not because of the actual designs and putting it together, but because I, as a female, don't have an understanding of really what men want to wear in jewelry in SL. I rely on Khurt to come up to me and go, make this, because I want to wear it. And that's where most of my men's jewelry has come from.
It's all my fault, see?
I was gonna kind of maybe just slip you some notes.
And I'm more than happy to take suggestions, and I have a to-do list that's as long as my arm, and I keep meaning, okay, I'll get round to it, and then, oh, look, shiny. I get distracted by something else that inspires me, and I'll go off and make corsets, or I'll make some clothes, or I'll help a friend build. Yeah,
Another
I need to be more
shiny.
focused.
Another person that chases shinies. Uh-oh.
Oh, look, a
Well,
squirrel.
Well, Ava and Rex and Dogs are also wearing some of the tattoos. Ava has on the tattoo corset for the audience to see. And you guys brought a gift today. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Khurt?
It is one of our new, we're just starting to release some mesh underbust corsets. This one is just a pretty simple one. It's actually a pink camo. Some of those tough girls out there. It's got some interesting words that I think define or can define some people. I really happen to really like it. It's probably one of my favorite designs in some of the stuff that we've come up with recently.
Well, everyone will have to check that out. And you guys have a landmark in there, right? So they can come over to the stores and see everything that we're going to show them?
Yes, it does.
Good. That was good thinking. I'm glad you thought of that. And pink was a good color choice, I have to say.
And Khurt, you've been doing some remodeling on the store too as well.
Yeah, I am. The tattoo store is getting a new facelift. You know, I started in just an obscure mall probably, well, next month will be 4 years. And it's had a couple different looks, and it was just time for a new one. So I'm doing all new vendors, whole new build, have some new tattoos. It's kind of just time, you know what I mean? You do things, and things kind of get stale, and so you change things and catch a little bit of re-inspiration and go back to it.
All right. Well, we're about to the favorite part of the show where we give everyone a peek at your new line, and we will get right back to that after these words from our sponsors.
Pulse Television Network. Programming you can feel.
All right. Thank you for still being here with us, studio audience, and now everyone's favorite part of the show, where we get to see some of what the designers brought for us today. I do have to point out, I'm wearing their group gift this month, green velvet, and it was very well done.
And I'm also wearing one of their corsets and also a necklace from Dahlinks.
Thank you very much.
I'm pretty covered in her I got to say, I love the glasses, though. It took me a while to get out of somebody where they came from. So, well, we'll leave that.
That is not true.
That is true. The aviator glasses. Alex's stuff is amazing. Oh, Alex and Khurt, great team. And our first lady today, I believe, Catalina.
Very sophisticated.
I absolutely love that look. She did a good job.
Alex was feeling a little feline, I think, with this one. What inspired this underbust, Alex?
These are actually, from the time we opened, one of the things that people keep asking us to produce is like tiger and jaguar and things like that print corsets. And Catalina's done a lovely job of that because unfortunately it is one of those corsets that can end up looking, shall we say, a little Peg Bundy.
You know, I love Peggy Bundy. I love that show.
Of course you do.
I do. I do. I do. Hey,
But she wears pink.
let's use the pink alone. Just
Envy is a concept is actually Kurt's fault, so we're going to blame him for everything from now on.
Good, good. I think we should do that. Now, she also has on the Raina Earth tone necklaces and bangles. So what inspired you to make that set?
They were actually inspired by a friend of mine from long ago in SL who was looking for something that was a little bit more casual. She was looking for something in autumn tones. And at the time, a lot of people in SL didn't do very good golds. There was a lot of nice silver around, but a lot of the gold textures were very yellow, or they were using shiny all the time to try and give the texture some depth. So I came up with this one, and she was really happy about it, and it was named after her.
Well, that lets us know where you get your names from. But like you said, Catalina did a really good job, too, so thank you. Now we have Ellie joining us, and she has the Hatsuboku.
I personally love Asian fashion and Asian designs and Asian artwork, and it comes through in quite a few of the corsets that we've designed over the last year or so, and they're very popular because other people see them. One of the big things we faced when we first started NV was people in SL automatically then thought corset was lingerie, corset was underwear. What we pushed was the fact that corsets are an accessory. There is something that you wear over clothes or with clothes, as you said, with the bolero jackets, with jeans, and this outfit that Ellie's put together is fabulous.
The ladies did a good job. Yeah.
She's also wearing, I noticed there,
King Solomon.
My King Solomon jewelry, yes. One day I decided, I want something that's a little bit different. And I came up with this, and it's available in golds and silver and I think 2 or 3 different bones, I guess we can call them, horns.
I really like the set. It does make quite the statement, and it gives it a little bit of an edge, hardens the look, but still keeps it elegant. And that's not an easy combination. It's really not, but she did a great job. Thank you, Ellie.
As a designer, one of my biggest problems is breaking out of that classic into something different, because I always, in my mind, I'm creating jewelry for the Oscars, for evening gowns. So I've just recently started doing things that are a little less classic when it comes to designs.
Well, speaking of breaking out, Kellis she's got on the Gothic blood, so I like the name of this first and foremost, but she is my first model that has stepped it up and put on her Lolas. So these corsets are also Lola friendly, I have to say.
It is. It's a fantastic look. By request, we've actually included with these underbust corsets a black satin lingerie set. It's the same lingerie set with all the corsets because not everyone will buy all of them. And included in that are Lola appliers, because I have had friends going, I love your stuff, I want to wear it, but I want to wear my Lolas.
You know, at first I thought that they were just going to be a little bit of a fad. I think they're here to stay. I mean, I really do. Too many people have just went crazy over them. And she's also wearing the
jewelry is gorgeous.
It's fun to say too because it's the Imperial Concubine.
That is definitely one of my favorite sets.
The detail on it is magnificent.
It's also, this is one of my scripted sets, so there's about, I think, 8 different gem combinations, as well as it being available in gold and silver by menu, so you just click on them and change them.
Did a great job. Thank you, Kellis. Next up, we have Vivian, and she's in the Nippon Street, which we almost got in a little fight backstage over this because I love the design on this one.
Rawr.
Pretty much.
She pulled this look off. You know, part of these corsets is they kind of date back to a little bit of a different time, a little bit of a different body type, curves, and they are designed to accentuate those. And man, they are definitely highlighted here. She's done an amazing job styling it, and I just got to say I love that look.
She looks like she could be a madam in one of the old-time brothels.
Well, thank you for that. She's
Yeah.
the celestial necklace, earrings, and bracelet set to kind of soften the brothel look.
Again, it's another one of my scripted sets, and these are also resizable by menu as well. I wanted something because when I made it, there were a lot of gowns, and it's happening again with mesh, that were the strapless mermaid style. So I wanted something that covered more of the chest when it came to jewelry, and that's where I came up with this one. Which is, Vivi's done a wonderful job with that.
Yeah. Next up, we have Yashi. So we're broke.
The actual Baroque corsets that Anne-Marie and Yashi are wearing are inspired by the designs that were done by Dolce & Gabbana in real life on the runways recently, where they're going back to the rich Baroque of golds and embosses and velvets that are coming through. And I fell in love with them on the runway, and I've tried to reproduce a style of them here with the corsets.
They're so elegant. I mean,
she has on the gates in black and blue, and the gates, choker and earrings, and bracelets.
The actual gate designs were based on bracelets that are owned by Queen Elizabeth. And over the years they have been recoloured a couple of times in SL, because this is SL. It's shiny and we can make it better.
Okay, so how about we see the kanji corset and the throat corset, which happens to be a favorite of mine. I like that.
You know, I love the styling of some of these girls. I mean, I know that's what they do, but above and beyond all that, I think that the neatest thing about these corsets is, and Alex kind of touched on it, we're trying to get them out of the idea that it's a lingerie thing, and to the idea that it's part of an outfit, and you can make them as soft as you want, or you can go like this and kind of make it as harsh as you want. It's really one of the neatest things about having been making them for so long, is seeing what people do with them, what they bring out of their creative side or their self, and sometimes what it reveals a little bit about them.
It's very true. We're going to get to see a look at all of them together again, and, you know, the staff, everybody supporting you guys. But, Khurt, Alex, thank you for being here with us. It's been great having you.
Yes, thank you both
It's been
so
a
very
pleasure
much.
to be here.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it as always.
And everybody needs to watch out for the new Vibes edition coming up because we will have an NV Corsetry spread. So you're going to have to watch for that. And you need to take a look at our YouTube channel where you will see today's show, all of our other original programming. Thank you, models, for not being afraid to come out of the box and rock out the corsets. Great stylings, great job. Studio audience, fabulous. Don't forget to check out La Amour's Pazzo Style Challenge tomorrow. NV and Dahlinks is also a sponsor of the show, and that's going to be a fun time. Motion editorial. We will see you next week where we perpetuate your passion for fashion with the hottest fix here on FashionFix. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. Goodbye. Bye bye. Goodbye. Bye. Bye bye.